Alright, let's take a quick look here at the justification. Apologize for that. We're back. Remember, you have to accurately and thoroughly justify your math reasoning. So it's more than just explaining, how to solve the problem. You need to, thoroughly add proof to solving the problem. So it says, recall the rule for multiplying decimals. Then determine the correct placement of the decimal in the product and justify why it's correct. How could estimating the product help you? So you have a couple big hints there. So if there's hints involved, you have to be really, really specific in your justification. You can't just say that you estimated and that's how you knew where to place the decimal point. That's not justifying anything. There's a hint that says, you should estimate. So what are you going to do on your own to show that you truly understand the concept and can provide proof behind it? So take a look at what I wrote. So the problem is 29 and 612 thousandths multiplied by 94 hundredths. So it says, so I say, the decimal point should be placed in between the digit 7 and the digit 8. I know the decimal point should be placed there because when you estimate, 29 is pretty close to 30 and 94 hundredths is pretty close to 1. So an approximate product, 30 times 1, 30 multiplied by 1, using my correct math vocabulary, that product would equal 30. So I know the product of the actual equation needs to equal 30. Because 27 is very close to 30, I would put the decimal point in between the 7 and the 8 to make that product close to 27. The product wouldn't make sense to be after the 2 because 2 is not very close to 30. Wouldn't make sense for it to be after the first 8 because that's 278 and that's pretty far away from 30 as well. Now that other strategy that we've talked about, the other rule, is if you look at the sum of the places behind the decimal point that the two factors share. So 612 thousandths, there's 3 places behind the decimal point. 94 hundredths, there's 2 places. So in the product, there should be 5 places to the right of the decimal point, and you can see that there's 5 numbers after it because 3 plus 2 equals 5. So that would be a great way to show support that you know that. Now, another thing you could do is provide another example to back up your thinking. So this was one example. Another way to really take it up a notch is to provide another example. Alright, so if you want to take a moment, read through my justification again, see how it compares to yours, assess yourself. Is yours similar to mine? Is yours as thorough as mine? Did you use the same type of vocabulary as I did? Were there places where you could adjust your vocabulary to make it more mathematically correct? Those are all things to think about as you prepare for the celebration tomorrow. Alright? Keep practicing, study hard, and you'll do great on that summative tomorrow. Thanks.